Have you ever noticed your body feeling slower, joints creaking more than usual, or even small balance wobbles that weren't there a few years ago? Maybe you felt tired after light activity, noticed changes in your skin or hair, or wondered why your memory isn't quite as sharp. After 60, these subtle signs can actually be early indicators of changes your body will inevitably experience as you approach 80. In this video, we're going to explore the 3 key changes your body undergoes after 60 and approaching 80. We'll discuss the signs to watch for, why they happen, and practical, science-backed steps you can take to slow these changes. Make sure to like, subscribe to Golden Aging Health, and tap the bell icon. You won't want to miss these actionable tips that help seniors stay strong, independent, and full of life. Now, let's begin by exploring the first change most seniors notice as they age.
Change number 1, muscle loss after 60. You might think feeling a bit weaker or more tired than before is just a normal part of aging. But losing muscle isn't only about appearance. It can seriously affect your balance, mobility, and independence. According to the National Institute on Aging, NIA, adults can lose 3 to 5% of muscle mass per decade after 60, and the decline speeds up if physical activity is limited. This condition, called sarcopenia, can make everyday tasks, standing up from a chair, lifting groceries, climbing stairs, more challenging and increases the risk of falls and fractures. Let me share a real story. Mary, 72, had always prided herself on staying independent. She loved attending her garden, walking her dog, and keeping her small apartment organized. Lately, though, she noticed subtle changes that worried her. Walking to her mailbox, something she had done effortlessly for years, left her feeling unusually exhausted. She found herself leaning on the fence to catch her breath, and even had to use her hands to push herself up from her favorite chair. At first, she shrugged it off, thinking it was simply part of getting older. But over the next few months, these small struggles began creeping into more aspects of her life. Carrying groceries from the car became an ordeal. Her arms and legs felt weaker than she remembered. Climbing the stairs at home required multiple stops to catch her breath, and she started avoiding longer walks in her neighborhood. Tasks that once gave her joy, gardening, playing with her grandchildren, even cooking meals, suddenly felt exhausting and sometimes frustrating. Mary began noticing changes in her posture, too. She felt a slight rounding in her shoulders, and standing for even short periods made her legs tremble. At night, she sometimes awoke with a deep, lingering fatigue that didn't seem to improve with rest. These symptoms left her feeling vulnerable and, at times, discouraged. She worried about falling or not being able to handle her daily activities. Finally, she decided to schedule a medical checkup. Her doctor carefully assessed her muscle strength, measured her body composition, and explained that Mary had lost a significant amount of muscle mass, a condition called sarcopenia. The doctor emphasized that this was more than just feeling weaker. It was a serious health concern. Weaker muscles reduce support for joints, making them more prone to strain and injury. They also slow down metabolism, which can affect energy levels and weight management. In severe cases, the heart has to work harder to perform everyday activities, and even simple actions like walking on uneven surfaces or carrying groceries can become risky. Hearing this was initially sobering for Mary. She realized that ignoring these subtle signs could lead to greater health risks, like falls, fractures, or loss of independence. But she also felt relieved. Finally, she understood the cause behind the fatigue and weakness that had been gradually taking over her daily life. Knowing the problem was measurable and, most importantly, manageable, gave her a renewed sense of control and motivation to act. Experts recommend resistance training. Perform exercises for all major muscle groups 2 to 3 times a week using bands, light weights, or body weight movements. Adequate protein. Consume 1 to 1.2 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight daily. Include eggs, dairy, lean meats, or plant-based options. Consistency. Short, regular sessions, even 15 to 20 minutes a day, are better than occasional long workouts. Medical guidance. Consult your doctor if you have chronic conditions or mobility issues. Supervised exercise programs can help prevent injuries. Coming up next, I'll reveal a surprising tip to maintain muscle even on days you can't exercise, and it's easier than most seniors expect.
Change number 2. Circulation slows and blood pressure fluctuates. Ever felt lightheaded when standing up? Noticed your hands or feet getting colder than usual? Or experienced sudden fatigue after minor activities? At 80, these subtle signs may be telling you that your circulatory system is changing, even if you've been healthy all your life. According to the National Institute on Aging, as we age, blood vessels gradually lose elasticity and the heart may pump less efficiently. This can lead to orthostatic hypotension, a sudden drop in blood pressure when standing up, which affects up to 20% of adults over 80. Reduced circulation can also cause cold extremities, slower healing of cuts and bruises, and increased fatigue during even mild physical activity. Scientific studies support these approaches. Research from Harvard Health shows that seniors who engage in moderate, consistent aerobic activity 3 to 5 times per week can improve circulation, stabilize blood pressure, and even reduce the risk of heart complications. The American Heart Association also recommends a diet rich in fruits, vegetables, whole grains, and omega-3 fatty acids to maintain vessel health. Practical tips for seniors. Monitor blood pressure regularly. Keep a daily log to detect patterns or unusual spikes or drops. Exercise safely. Include walking, gentle aerobics, or swimming to keep blood moving. Even 10 to 15 minutes at a time counts. Hydrate consistently. Aim for 6 to 8 cups of water daily, unless restricted by a doctor. Rise slowly. When getting up from sitting or lying down, pause and move gradually to prevent dizziness. Check nutrition. Include potassium-rich foods, like bananas and spinach, and heart-healthy fats to support vessel flexibility. Do you ever feel dizzy or lightheaded when standing up quickly? Share your experience in the comments. We'd love to hear how you manage your circulation and blood pressure every day.
Change number 3. Mind changes. I once met Margaret, an 81-year-old retiree from Boston. Margaret had always been sharp with numbers and loved reading mystery novels. She took pride in keeping her mind active with crossword puzzles and volunteering at the local library. Lately, however, she noticed small changes. She sometimes forgot the titles of books she had just started, misplaced her keys, and occasionally struggled to follow her friends' conversations during bridge games. At first, she brushed it off as just aging, but the mistakes began affecting her confidence and daily routines. When Margaret discussed these issues with her neurologist, she learned about mild cognitive impairment, MCI, a condition that affects 25 to 30% of adults over 80, National Institute on Aging. The doctor explained that as we age, structural changes in the brain, reduced blood flow, and lower levels of key neurotransmitters can subtly impair memory, attention, and problem-solving. While some decline is natural, lifestyle choices can slow progression and even improve daily cognitive function. Margaret's doctor suggested a multi-step plan. First, she incorporated daily brain stimulation, such as puzzles, learning a new language, and engaging in social activities like bridge and book clubs. She also added physical exercise, taking 20-minute walks each morning to boost blood flow to the brain. Finally, she adopted a Mediterranean-style diet rich in vegetables, berries, fish, and nuts to provide nutrients that support brain health. Within a few months, Margaret noticed remarkable improvements. She remembered details more easily, followed conversations without effort, and regained confidence in her daily life. The small, consistent habits made a real difference. Why this works? Cognitive decline isn't inevitable. Stimulating your brain, staying socially engaged, exercising, and eating a nutrient-rich diet help maintain neural connections, improve circulation, and support memory and executive function.
Studies show that older adults who combine these strategies can reduce cognitive decline risk by up to 30% and improve mental sharpness over time. Practical tips for seniors. Engage your brain daily. Puzzles, reading, learning a new skill. Stay socially active. Phone calls, clubs, or group activities. Walk or exercise regularly to improve blood flow to the brain. Eat a Mediterranean-style diet rich in brain-friendly nutrients. Track changes and discuss them with your doctor for early intervention. Take action now. Your brain health won't wait, and small steps today can make a big difference tomorrow.
Let's pause and bring it all together. Seniors, here's what we've learned about the changes your body and mind go through after 80. Muscle loss after 60. Circulation slows and blood pressure fluctuates. Mind changes. These three changes, muscle loss, circulation shifts, and mind changes, aren't just unavoidable signs of aging. With small, consistent, science-backed steps, you can slow their progression, maintain independence, and improve quality of life. Prevention and proactive action are far easier than dealing with problems later. Take action today. Swap your shoes for supportive ones. Start gentle strength exercises. Monitor your blood pressure. Stay socially engaged, and feed your brain with healthy foods. Even tiny steps now can lead to big improvements in the months and years ahead. If you found this video helpful, hit like, subscribe, and tap the bell icon so you never miss practical tips for healthy aging. Share this with a friend or family member who could benefit. Sometimes one small change in daily habits is all it takes to prevent bigger issues later. See you in the next video, where we'll uncover more expert-backed strategies to help seniors stay strong, active, and independent without complicated routines or expensive equipment.